What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another great episode of Save Toys. I'm your host Travis, and on this week's episode we're going to be doing a review of another action figure from the X-Men original lineup. It's Marvel Select's Beast. I love this action figure. I bought it just to review here on my channel. Now, you may be saying, hey Travis, are you slowly working your way through the original lineup of the X-Men doing reviews? I mean, you know, last week you did a review of Marvel Legends Archangel. Nah, I'm not. Or am I? Nah, I just love the action figure. Anyway, coming at you live on this week's episode of Save Toys from the Nerd Cave. We'll be heading over to the review booth and getting this review and unboxing underway. So let's jump on that Beast train and start chugging on down the road. Gotta get a little bit loose. Gotta get a little bit loose. Alright, so before we head over to the review booth, I'm going to give you a brief history on the character Beast. Now, Beast was born, Hank McCoy, to a nuclear power plant employee who was one day overexposed to radiation. Now, with Hank McCoy, unlike most mutants that manifest their abilities around the teenage years, he was born with some of his mutant abilities. Big hands, big feet, he was very agile, and a lot of strength, very good intellect, but he still maintained a human form. Years later, he would join the X-Men as a founding member, and at the age of 20 would leave the X-Men to go off and work for the Brand Corporation. Now, while there, he developed a serum that would allow anybody to take on mutant abilities, and he overexposed himself to the serum, staying with it in his system too long, and it turned his skin gray, or started growing gray fur actually. And later on, the fur turned blue, and that gave us the Beast that we all know and love today, that's been in comics and movies throughout the years. And that's kind of my brief history of the character. Let's head on over to the review booth and get started on that review. Alright, so we're here at the review booth at Save Toys, and we're going to be doing, like I said, the Marvel Selects Beast. Now, before I open this, I want to point out their packaging has always been fantastic. I like it. Let's see if I can pull out a frame a little bit. Maybe you can see it better. It looks awful tough there. Of course, I imagine you'd have to be tough if you walked around in wrestling trunks all day long. But they did a good job packaging. I'll show you this picture on the back, and I got a little brief write-up about them. Some artwork here on the side. So, yeah, before we do away with this package, I want to kind of show it to you. And so let's get this thing open, alright? Alright, let's start unboxing. Now, I'd like to point out that Marvel Selects has scissor-friendly options to unbox it. There we go. Little leaflet here. I like these. I'll probably save this anyway. Okay. Well, let's put the action figure over just a minute and look at the backdrop diorama. Alright. It's got some pieces here. Alright, and this right here has where the feet can go into it right there, I guess. And let's see if I can do this in a frame. Okay. Alright, that looks good. Alright, I'll probably see what I can do with that. We'll finish setting up the diorama. Let's see. Let's pull you out of the way, Beast. You're important, but we got things to do. Getting this in. There we go. Okay, my diorama's a little off center, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Line these pegs up right. There we go. Alright, so besides for a little height difference there on that pole, pretty dang good. Alright, let's get Beast going with. Now, I will say this Marvel Legends packing, they're generally, Marvel Selects packing, they're generally kind of difficult to get their action figures out. I did start this a little bit just to kind of be able to do it on camera, but let's see what we got here. Okay. Alright. So here we go. Alright, so as far as the unboxing, we've got diorama, a couple extra pack-in hands. Are good. Look at the. I gotta show you this. Look at the claws. Yeah, man, that's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. And here's the other one. Yeah, okay. Articulation at the wrist there. I like that. Now, one thing about Marvel Selects is a lot of times they're criticized for looking more like statues and less like action figures when it comes to their articulation. Be more interested in the aesthetics of the action figure than the articulation. But I like how they put this ab crunch in for Beast. That's good. You know, he's a very animated character, to say the least, in the comics. So you need some articulation. This hip joint, I'm not really a fan of this hip joint here. A little bit of ankle rockers here, you can see. There you go, nice shot of those toenails there. But I love the face sculpt. Man, look at that. I like the fact that they kept the eyes whited out. Makes him look fierce. Got the teeth. Looks like a hairy cat gorilla, I guess you could say. But the paint job is good. Look at the paint. It's good. The face sculpt, the belt. I don't see any paint smear on mine anywhere. Just a great figure. Man, he is going to look great in the Nerd Cave when I set him up. I'm sure you'll probably be seeing him in later episodes in the background. But this is our review of the Marvel Selects Beast. Fantastic. You know me, I use that word quite a bit. Alright, let's head on back to the Nerd Cave. Alright YouTube, we're back here in the Nerd Cave, and I really hope you love this episode and had as much fun watching as I had filming it. It was a blast. Anyway, if you like what we're doing, as I always say, come on and subscribe to us here at YouTube. Check us out on Facebook on the Save Toys community there. Again, I do devotions there, histories on the character, and different extra bonus features that I really want you to get a part of. We have done a giveaway, and maybe in the future we'll do that as well. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this episode, and remember what I always say, if you like it, collect it. You know, if only they could see all the outtakes I do trying to get these episodes ready. Oh, crap, the camera's on.